Hello ladies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Nikki and I am a third-year homeschooling mom to 5 little boys. And today's video, I am chatting about how we naturally shift our homeschool as the seasons change. It is April and it is getting warmer and we are inching closer and closer to the end of our school year, and naturally our homeschool is shifting with it. Let's chat. Does anybody else drink iced coffee all year long? It's me. It's me. I love a warm cup of coffee in the morning, but the rest of the day, it's iced coffee. And actually this is latte. If you don't own an espresso, you need one. All right, I wanted to chat about how we naturally shift our homeschool as the seasons change. And it dawned on me that we naturally do this without me really planning for it as the seasons are changing. And it came to me because someone that I follow on Instagram posted something about, it was a question, and she had asked people if they homeschool year round. And I hit, nope, definitely don't. And I was one of many people who had selected that, and a lot of people don't homeschool year round. There are a lot of people who do homeschool year round, and I know that there are pros and cons of both sides. I think that it is 100% like what works for you and your family, and just as everything in homeschool, like whatever works for you, that's great. As I have said in videos prior, we don't homeschool year round, and it really is because of where we live. I may view that differently if we lived in a state that was warmer year round, but because our summer months are so short, I cannot get on board with doing like any type of curriculum work during the summer. I just can't, because we just don't get many warm, hot days during our years. And so we are outside, we are swimming, we are doing all of the summer things, and not having to worry about getting any type of work done. It's just not for me. And it's not for my kids, just, they're like, no, we don't want to do that. And that's fine. And that's what we do. And it made me think about how not only do we not homeschool year round, but I'm sure that we, like many homeschool families, probably also naturally shift our homeschooling and our schedule as the seasons change. So we start our school year, our formal school year, at the end of August, but we don't get like fully ramped up, like full speed, usually not until like the end of September. And for us here, that is naturally when the season starts to shift. That's when summer is officially over. And it's usually the end of September, early October, when our days start to get a little bit cooler and the leaves start to change, and that's when we just naturally come inside a little bit more. So we are spending more time sitting down in a relaxed state, and I will come back to that point in a moment. But in a relaxed way, to sit down and like do our curriculum work, and do our science, and do our our writing lessons, and we are doing more game schooling and reading more books, and it all kind of snowballs until we are just doing all of those things in the winter months, because it then is cold and we can't get outside as much and we are just inside. And so we have lots of things that we can do inside. So we do a lot of our homeschooling, a big heavy load of it, during the months between October and March. And then we are here, where we are now in April, where we have now been going full speed ahead basically since October. For us this year, we did take a break because I had a baby, but you know, we have been going full steam ahead, and now we have reached April and we're all done now, and we're just kind of like, okay, we're ready for a break, and it's getting warmer out. Our days are getting brighter and sunnier. They're lasting longer because of the time change, and summer is approaching, and we can just smell it in the air. And so naturally we're not inside a whole lot. We're not playing as many games right now. We're not doing a lot of game schooling because we're just not inside a lot. We aren't reading as many picture books because we're not inside as much. Of course you can still read outside, but I have to keep track of my kids. I can't also keep track of all the library books going outside, okay? And my boys are much more eager to get their curriculum work done earlier because they want to go outside because it is warmer out. Today, for example, really perfect example of this. It is April 7th, and today it is 80 degrees in Michigan. Don't fret, because next week it will probably snow, which is why when we have 80-degree days in April, we gotta be outside. We have to be out there enjoying it because it will not last for long. So this morning we got up and we got breakfast done. We did our read aloud. We got our morning basket done. And as soon as we were done with morning basket, my boys were in here ready to go, ready to get their work done because they wanted to play outside all day with no limits, no time constraints. They wanted to be outside. So we got in here, we got our curriculum work done, and we were done by 10:30. 10:30, that like never happens, hardly ever. And if you've seen any of my day in the life videos, you know that that does not happen often. I'm usually like, well, it's 11:30 and we're just now getting started. That's typically how our days go, which is fine. It's fine. But today they're like, nope, we're getting that done. We're going outside. And they have been outside all day long because they got their work done. And so right now, you know, like I said earlier, in the fall or the end of this, you know, when we're first starting school, our formal school year, they're much more likely to sit down and do their work in a relaxed manner, where now they are like, let's get in there, let's get it done. I mean, they're definitely still learning all the things they need to know. They're, you know, I'm checking their work to make sure that we're getting everything out of it that we need to get out of it. However, they're like, let's get this done so we can be out of here. And I get it. I get it. And I remember being a kid at this time of year and being in school, and you're just sitting there all day like wanting to get outside. And I just feel so lucky that I get to give my kids the opportunity to just get their work done and just go be a kid outside and play all day, because they have that freedom, because we have that freedom. And just what a gift, what a gift. And not only that, but we are near the end of the school year, and not only are they just eager to get their work done and get outside, but I also just want us to get our curriculum work done so we can be done and enjoy our summer. And usually we end by the end of May. And this year I am hoping to be done like right before May, or right before the end of May. We go on vacation at the end of May, and I'm hoping that we are done before then. That is our goal, so that we will have all of June, July, and August to be completely free of school. And honestly, if we can get done earlier, if we can get done like the first week of May, that will be even better. So I'm really pushing my boys to, like, this is our incentive. Our incentive is to be done with our curriculum work so that we can be out doing other things. While we won't be doing curriculum work, we're still schooling. I mean, really, like, if you homeschool, it's, you know, it's It's an all day, everyday thing. It doesn't just happen at a table with a book and a pencil. So I'm really hoping to kind of make up for some of the time that we lost last year. Like, we just didn't get to do a lot of the things that we normally do last spring. Not only because of COVID, but I was violently ill from my pregnancy. So we did nothing. So I'm really hoping that we can be done early May, mid-May, so that we can enjoy all the spring things that we can do outside while still learning, like gardening and walking the trails and going to my absolute favorite place. It's called the Greenfield Village. If you live in Michigan, you know what this place is. It's just this beautiful outdoor village, and I'm gonna put a link down below so you can check it out just for funsies. And if you ever are up this way, you have to check it out. It is amazing. It is our favorite spot to be at, and we didn't get to go at all last year because of COVID. And in the springtime, it is absolutely amazing. So I don't want to miss that this year, and I don't want to be in here doing book work. So all that to say, all of these things just kind of naturally happen as our seasons change, and I haven't ever really planned for it. Like, it just has happened. And what's funny is I had mentioned how we don't take a spring break, and I mentioned that in one of my most recent videos, and I had a friend comment and say that they actually do the opposite, that they do a lot of their schooling in the summer because they live in a state where in the summertime it is unbearable to be outside. They cannot even be outside. So they do a lot of their schooling in their summer months, and while for us, we do the least amount of schooling during those summer months, and they take a lot of their winters off because that's when they can actually be outside and enjoy it. So again, it's just interesting how we all kind of like shift our homeschool according to the weather and what we can do and be doing outside versus inside. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video. If you also naturally shift your homeschool as the seasons change, let me know. Let me know if you, like my other friend, homeschool more in the summer or in the winter. What does it look like for you? And it depends where you are in the world, because our summer is another part of the world's winter. So it's just all so interesting to me, and I love that we all have the ability to just naturally shift our homeschool styles as we want them to be and as we need them to be. It's just such a blessing. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big ol' thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay.